I can only congratulate all the members or politicians who are establishing parties or rebranding parties or going it their own way. I think it is merely exercising political freedom and the freedom to associate, freedom of expression, and that's okay. It is constitutional and it is right, and I respect it. So whoever is coming up with a party, it is their own right, it's their freedom, and they should be left to enjoy that freedom in the political space available in Uganda.
Okay, so now you have been following the politics scheme. Do you think that the new political parties enhance the struggle or weaken it?
You cannot tell, because in politics you can't tell what will happen tomorrow. When new parties emerge, you cannot tell what they'll become the following day, the following week, the following year. You can only wait for how events will unfold. You see, the thing is, there are parties that will look at particular issues. There are parties that are concentrated on the 2026 elections. You could find the parties that are not really concentrated on the coming elections and therefore futuristic issues. Maybe we just need to give them the time to be patient with them and see what actually happens to them.
Is there any way these parties can work together, especially those that believe in opposition?
That would be good news for Ugandans. I know very well that many Ugandans would like to see all change-seeking forces unite. It would be a gift to Ugandans who really desire change. It's something I'd also wish, because you can have differences, you can have internal disagreements, but then you have a bigger goal, and the bigger goal is change, and the bigger goal is about democracy, about governance. I would like to think that at some point, sometimes the issue to do with uniting may not necessarily be the doing of individuals in those political parties, but the situation might cause them to unite, and I am wishing that happens, because you need to understand, to disagree on principle and understand which areas you can work together on and which areas may not be able to work together. I do not know. I want to be very honest. I want to be as honest as I can be. You cannot know what will happen. In the next 3 months, many parties will be unveiling different events, different activities will be taking shape. So for me to sit here and say we are going to see more of the same, I don't know. Like I told you, for you to be able to understand that it is more of the same, the concentration on the 2026 general election may blind some Ugandans to simply concentrate on that. Like I said, the parties are different, and therefore the approach may be different. So you might concentrate on 2026, and you think that a particular party is about the 2026 general election. Yet the party is looking at the future. Yet the party is looking beyond the 2026 general elections. And about the reforms, yes, the reforms have been wanted for many years. Actually, I remember in the 8th Parliament, in the 9th Parliament, in the 10th Parliament, there were demands for reforms and there were trials. At least they tried. In the 11th Parliament, there's been a challenge, but of course the reforms have been demanded for as well. There are different thinking and opinions about the reforms, but I think all these can be looked at in a futuristic way. If you don't have something today, you could have it tomorrow. If you don't have it in 2026, Uganda is not going to stop at 2026. Uganda will definitely continue. There will be other parliaments. There will be the 12th parliament. There will be other citizens. Every other year, the many young people who grow into a status of voting, and they understand the need for the reforms. Everyone understands the need to reform the laws, especially regarding elections. So if it is not there now, it could be there tomorrow. It could be there in another election. So there is really nothing to lose faith about.
Okay. No, we're just talking about
Yeah, it's of course excitement, disappointments, challenges. It's a mixture of so many things. But I am not regretting anything. I am fulfilled. I am satisfied that I've done what I was able to do. Like I've told you, you cannot do everything in one term. You cannot do everything in one go. You cannot do everything in one day. So, if you have done some, then you wait to do others another time.
You think you have been to your own questions?
Yes.
What were your goals, objectives, especially that you have, the thing that you have lived to them?
First of all, making a contribution to the democratic system of my country, and I think that I've done, not just as an MP, but even before as an MP. I am very sure, I am so fulfilled that I've done that. But then there are issues that unite us as change-seeking Ugandans, issues to do with human rights, and I am really glad that one of the issues that I championed, you remember very well, in this parliament, where members of parliament, the women members of parliament, most especially the opposition women members of parliament, who used to be denied the opportunity to celebrate Women's Day in their own way. You remember that time when I was tear-gassed, when I was celebrating Women's Day in Mitana. I remember the woman MP of Ngora, remember the woman member of parliament for Wachiso, the woman member of parliament for not Kalangala, for Buvuma. She was even injured because of tear gas, because of the brutality of the security forces. And I said, no, we needed to do something about it. And I led a demonstration, a protest of women members of parliament, and it yielded, because after that, the subsequent women days were really celebrated by members of parliament, women members of parliament, including the opposition, undeterred. But also, punitive action was taken against some RDCs who were conspiring to refuse or to deny the women members of parliament the opportunity to express themselves through celebrating Women's Day. I am very, very glad that I did that, and it yielded something, so I am happy about it. It's not just about that. When we finished the 2021 general election, you know that by the time that election ended, there are many Ugandans that had been abducted. Many Ugandans are still missing. For those of you who have watched and followed, you must have watched the documentary, The Missing 18. That is what I did about it. So, you do certain things, other people also do certain things, and I think I made the public aware of these missing Ugandans. At some point, the government was almost giving in to provide justice for people who are imprisoned without cases, and to even give more accountability of those missing 18 Ugandans. Unfortunately, it stopped somewhere. It is something I can't explain, but I know that I did something about it, and I'm proud that I did.
What are your key disappointments in this the thought that you could do this? The thought that the government of the parliament would change much, and none of them are disappointed.
Exactly.
That you are even in better position than now.
Well, you said it. Sometimes you have expectations, and then the expectations are not met. Sometimes you think you can convince your fellow members of parliament into doing certain things. For instance, if I talk about coffee, you know that I personally contributed to the petition against Pinetti to independently take control of the coffee sector in Uganda. But later on, while that was successful, and I'm proud about it, later on, you remember the rationalization of departments, the UCDA. You know, you are with your fellow members of parliament, they're NRM your opposition, but you think you agree on something, then they go and change, and you're like, oh my God, I thought these guys are firm. I thought we agreed on this. And it's not just about that. It's even on other issues. You agree with them and say, Ugandans need this. This is what Ugandans are saying. This is what they would want. This is what would bring us together with the people of Uganda. And on the face of it, before they go into their caucus, before they go and meet their chairman, you at par, you agree. When they go to meet the chairman, when they return, they are completely different people. And it's a bit disappointing. It's really, really disappointing. You can't trust them. You can't bank on them. You actually say there's a lot of rumors. So rumors remain rumors unless I have spoken with my mouth, unless you've heard me say, talk about it. But yes, the transfer window is open and members are free to move. I am National Unity Platform. I am still there. If it's time for me to move, I'll definitely tell the public. The same way I was in the Democratic Party, and when it was time for me to leave, I made it public. So members of the public should not worry about that. I am very clear when I am speaking. I am very clear when I'm dealing with people. I have never at any one point declined or being ambiguous about my relationships with people. I have dealt with Kano Kiza Besigye when he was in FDC. I've dealt with Semuju. I've dealt with Kaija. I have dealt with many of them who are not in my political party, and that has not in any way insinuated that I'm going to join FDC or I'm going to join the PFF, and now there's the Democratic Front. It does not necessarily mean that, oh, because this person is a friend to this person, or therefore she's going to move. No, I know exactly who I am. I know what I believe in, and I know if it's time for me to move, there is no problem making it public. For now, I am NUP.
So are you ready to keep your cards, your ticket, your flag?
I am, and the party has the power on that.
Yes?
Yes.
You're willing to? I want to get it clear.
I said I am because I have it. The party reserves the power on that. Yeah.
So you have simulated the partners for.
Pardon? You have just seen, when you came, you just saw me downloading the expression of interest forms. You saw me downloading them. So I don't know what else, beyond showing my interest, what else I can say.
How is NUP in Mitana?
Oh, very strong, very strong, very, very strong. We have 5 members of parliament in Mitana district. We have the woman member of parliament who takes the entire district. We have Bosuju as a county. We have Mitana municipality. We have Mitana North, and we have Mitana South. Those are 5 members of parliament, and we have 3 out of the 5 as National Unity Platform. But we also have the chairperson of the district, also NUP. The vice chairperson of the district is also NUP. We have majority councillors. We have majority mayors, actually all the mayors of the divisions, because we have 3 divisions of the municipality, and they're all National Unity Platform. So it gives you a good picture of how NUP is and how it is performing in the district.
You're seeing around 3 people coming out to challenge, that position.
Yeah.
How are you ready to take them on?
Very ready, 100% ready. I don't know how else I can say it, but I also welcome them to the race. It is their right to show expression of interest in contesting that position, just like it is for any other position.
Okay. Yeah, and the other issue I wanted to clarify about, there was an issue of loyalty. Some people are saying some members of the group have been disloyal to the country. What's your position on that?
I do not know. You see, you talked about rumors. We have members, or we have supporters. You know, some people are members of the NUP, others are supporters, others are bystanders. But there are so many things that members can be involved in, and supporters are only watching from the sidelines. They may not clearly understand what it is, because I don't know how they measure loyalty. I don't know if there's any party position that I have not taken. I've taken all the party positions, so I don't know what other loyalty anyone would need. But the thing is, there are so many people who will speak without understanding, and you don't blame them. You don't blame them, because if someone doesn't have the real information, they're bound to say whatever they feel because they don't have the real information. And also remember, this is politics, because it is politics. Some people, probably your competitors, could fuel wrangles, could fuel differences, could fuel that misunderstanding. And But the people who understand you, you know, first of all, you must understand, not everyone will like you, not everyone will support you. And those who do not like you or don't support you will do anything to make you look bad. But those who understand you will even know that she can't do that, she's this kind of person.
Okay. Finally, let's end this your parting shots on your message to NUP members and even the community of Mitana. Who may misunderstand NUP and the community of Mitana generally. What message do you have for them?
For me, my message, especially to people who use social media, it's very important. In the era of artificial intelligence, it's very important for you to fact check. In the era of so much hate speech, it is important to be careful, to take caution, because when you spread hate based on deceit, based on lies, based on propaganda, I think it doesn't help the cause. What helps the cause is uniting, and it doesn't really kill you to fact check, to check with someone, to call them, to send them a message and find out what they're saying. Is it correct? Is it wrong?